Graham. We're getting ready to start. What are you gonna get for me, buddy? Good morning. Who we got here? Hi, Jessica. Good morning. Hope you're well. We're on the floor today. Good morning. Good morning. Hi there. Good morning. How you doing, lady? Long time to see. We have a nice little flow today. We're going to be doing a lot of floor movement. So we are used to, if you've been coming and working out with me the last few weeks or just yesterday maybe, we've been doing a lot of like big movements, right? Like jumping and burpees and lifting with our weights, our pups, our bands. So this morning I'm taking you through a 30-minute non-stop flow. So I hope you like it. It's going to be pretty much just moving through. We're not going to really take any breaks. So we have 1 minute in each movement, and we're just going to be doing a lot of breathing, a lot of flow, and Chippy will hopefully, he'll come and stay with us because it's going to be kind of nice and peaceful here. We're not going to be jumping around a lot. So we're going to go ahead and get started in a couple of seconds. I'm going to try to cue so that you're not having to look at the TV too much. And hi, Ian. I'm going to try to make sure I talk it out and cue a little bit more so that we can kind of have a nice even flow. We're going to be in each movement for a minute and then move on to the next. We're not going to be changing where we're at, so this should be a nice flow and move from one to the next without having to change where we're at on the mat. Hi, Ryan. So we are going to start with a moving bridge. All right, and like I said, everything's here for a minute. We're gonna move through everything. No equipment needed. Today's gonna be for kind of more of a recovery. So start on your butt, start on your hands and feet here. We're gonna move through a moving bridge. So we're here, inhaling up, looking back, and bringing those hips back down to the floor. So we're just moving here, a nice back and forth movement, getting the hips up, exhaling, core is nice and tight, and bringing it back down. So we're breathing through this here, getting everything kind of engaged, stretching out those shoulders, exhaling, inhaling, breathing through. There we go, there. We're just flowing through this movement here, pushing through the feet, pushing through the hands, squeezing the glutes at the top. We're here for 18 more seconds. When we're finished with this movement, you're actually going to keep those hips up. So we're not going to drop the hips. We've got 7 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold those hips up. And we're going to do a bridge march. So what that means is we're going to lift the opposite arm and leg, hand off the floor, foot off the floor. So we're just marching, keeping it nice and slow, breathing through this movement. So this is a lot for balance here. That core is engaged. So like I said, this is stretching, a lot of stretching, mobility, flow, but it is still strengthening, right? So we're still working on this kind of muscle endurance with the body weight. Trying to change it up. Hi, buddy. Hi. Opposite arm and leg lifting. What? Hi. He's ready to play, apparently. 10 more seconds here, and we're gonna lay on our backs for dead bugs. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're getting on our backs. Knees 90 degrees, arms overhead. If you've done bird dogs before, then you kind of get this motion. Keep that spine to the floor. Inhale, the left arm, right leg out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend the opposite arm and leg. Exhale to bring it in. So what your goal here is to really feel that whole core. upper and lower abdominals working to inhale and then exhale to pull it in. We don't want those rib cages open. We want to keep them pulled in. So you're really using your core here. That lower back should not be arching too much. Inhale, exhale, pull it in. Slow it down. Inhale, exhale. Bring that arm back, exhale, pull it in. Press the heel out. All right, from here, you're bringing one leg, foot on the floor, other leg's gonna extend up, and we're gonna climb that leg to the top of our foot, and then bring it back down. Climbing, exhale. So it's basically a sit-up, but we're climbing and using that leg. We're just gonna do this one side. We're not gonna do the other leg until the next one, until we bring it back down. So after this movement, we're gonna be going onto our bellies. So just to be aware and ready, we're gonna go on our stomach for the next move. Press that heel to the floor, and heel to the ceiling, sorry. 10 seconds to go here. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna turn over onto our belly. Feet on the floor. Now, we're gonna have our thumbs together like we're doing Superman. Toes stay on the floor here. Thumbs together above our head. Noses to the floor, and then we're gonna bring those hands behind and above our butt. We're going above our butt and above our hands, rotating our arms, breathing, getting a good mobility and stretch in the shoulders. Pulling those shoulder blades down as the thumbs come above our butt, and then keeping that same height above our head. So this is all for that good flexibility and mobility here. Now your noses should be on the floor. I don't, because I'm trying to talk to you. But we're gonna have a nice stretch here, above and below. 3, 2, 1, excellent. We're gonna do super push-ups. So arms are gonna be here. Now we're gonna go into a push-up. You need to have your knees on the floor, toes on the floor. And we're gonna go into a push-up. Come all the way down to our belly. Into super person. Bring the hands back. Push up. Into high plank or be on your knees. Come all the way down. Go into super person. Everything lifts up like you're flying. Bring those hands back. Core is engaged. Press yourself back up like a plank. So everything comes up at the same time. And then bring it back down to your belly. Exhale to press. Inhale, exhale to press. Nice and slow movement here. Everything's engaged. 3, 2, let's go to that high plank. All right, we're gonna set our hips straight back. We're gonna touch the left toe with our right hand. Bring it back to a high plank. Touch the right toe with the left hand. Bring it back to high plank. Inhaling at high plank. Exhaling, pulling the belly in when we come back to touch our foot. Inhale. Exhale, getting a nice stretch. You might want to pull your feet apart a little bit wider to get a really good stretch. You can grab your ankle, touch your toe, press those hips back. Good stretch, everybody. Inhale at the top. Exhale, press the hips back. Nice little flow. We're here for 15 more seconds. 10 to go. And we're gonna stay in that downward facing dog position. 5, 4, 3, 2, press back here, everyone. Now we're gonna take that into our bear crawl, where our hips are up in the air, and we're gonna walk it forward. Feet are straight. So to see what that looks like, we're here, okay? So we're in that nice, elongated position. Hips are up.
Try to keep your heels to the floor. We're slowly crawling forward and then crawling back. Breathing. We're halfway. We're going to bring it down to our knees after this, into our quadruped position. Knees will be hovering above the floor. And we're going to do that Spider-Man crawl next. In 8. Good movements here, stretching everything out. 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees down. So now we're in this quadruped position here. Those knees are going to hover above the floor, and we're opposite leg, opposite knee. We're going to come forward and back. So right and left, left and right. Both move at the same time. We are going to do this again. So if you're not quite getting it, that's okay. We want little butt wiggle here. Little butt wiggle. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're taking a little bit of a different trip today. Opposite arm and leg. Getting good. Breathing in. Seconds. 5. Excellent. Now, bring those hips back up. Walk back to the feet. We're trying not to touch the ground. Breathe it up, and then we're coming back down, walking it out to that high plank. If you want to do a push-up, you can. Or otherwise, drop those hips, stretch out the front of those hips. Stretch out the hip flexors. Upward facing dog, you might also know this as. Exhale, bring those hips back. Walk it back to the toes. Walk it back out to high plank. Drop those hips to the floor. Pull those shoulder blades down your back. Stretch out those hip flexors. Exhale, pull those hips back. Walk it back. Walk it forward. Nice core engagement here. Inhale. 10 seconds to go. Pull it back. 3, 2, 1. Hold this high plank now. Bring that left foot to the outside of your hand. Inhale. Stretch that left arm up. Look at the ceiling. Bring it back down, guys. Switch those feet out. Bring that right foot up. Stretch. Inhale. Look up to the ceiling. And keep on switching. So we're just doing this alternating lunge and stretch. Beautiful, beautiful movement. Inhaling up, switch it out. "20 seconds. If you want, you can drop that back knee to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Four, 3, 2, 1. Go back into that high plank. And then drop your heels to the side and hold high plank here, guys. Inhale, bring that arm overhead. Really stretch it out. If you need to, you can also be down on one knee. Same thing. Extend and open. Okay? Bring it over. If not, you can just do that high plank. 30 seconds here, people. Holding, holding. Nice breathing. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. We're going to be on our knees again. Wide knees with feet together in 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees wider than those mats. And we're going to push back and forward into those hips. both hands. So we're really getting that really good range of motion in the hip. So extend, pull that knee towards the elbow and bring it in. My hip is cracking. I tore both my labrums in my hip. So every time I do this, it's like 20 seconds, guys. So hopefully you're feeling a good stretch. Now we're at the top of what we're doing here. So now we're gonna go in reverse. So we're gonna go to the other leg in about 8 seconds, starting with this exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Press that heel back, rotate that knee open. So the next 15 minutes, we're basically gonna be going in reverse of what we just did. So we're flowing back down to the beginning. So when you're here, let's try not to be leaning to that opposite side. We're gonna have both hands pressing through the floor. Our core is really working here as well to get that good stretch in that hip. So if you're having lower back issues too, and you've been sitting a lot, obviously like many of us are right now, this is a really great mobility stretch. 15 seconds. We're gonna go onto that side plank next, the other side. So whatever side you were doing, switch it up. 3, 2, 1. Let's go on that other side for plank. If you need to, drop that bottom knee. We're just gonna make sure we're in alignment here. Bringing that top arm over our head. And you can kind of modify this. If you're pretty good at these, you can squeeze, you can lift that, you can lift that top leg and stay here. All right, make it your own. We're halfway. Pull that shoulder down into your back. Holding this stretch. We're going back into that runner stretch next, where we bring the foot to the outside of our hand. 15 seconds. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to high plank, guys. And left foot forward. Twist and breathe. Bring it up. Inhale back down. Switch those feet. Inhale up. Drop that back knee for a little bit of an extra stretch. And switch it out. Seconds to go. Get it in. Walking it back in that high plank, hips up, really stretch it out, bring it back, and we're walking into that high plank, dropping those hips down, looking up, pulling those shoulders away from our ears. Don't drop into the shoulders. Keep the back really, really engaged. Pull those hips back. Off the floor if you want. Pull those hips to the floor, knees off the floor. Exhale, pull it back. 13 seconds to go. We're going to that Spider-Man crawl next. Here we go. Hands and knees. Walking it forward and back. Hi there, Adrian. Walk it forward and back. Nice crawl. So here what we're trying to do is keep those hips low. We're not trying to wiggle it back and forth. So we really want to try to get that core engaged. So as you're crawling forward, both knee and hand move at the same time. Extend that leg when you go backwards, and then short motion forward. Pressing those feet into the floor. Core is engaged here. Press the palms into the floor. Your shoulders are nice and broad at the top. Press out. 4, 3. Hips are going up in 1. Hips up. Feet flat if you can. Walking back and forth again. Nice movement. Nice and slow. Lower belly pulled in. Breathing. Keep that move nice and slow. Stretching everything. You want those legs long, those feet flat if you can. Palms flat on the floor. If you need to, you can go on your toes and you can go on your fingertips. Let's just make sure we keep moving. More than halfway there. Then we're going to that downward dog toe tap, where we're going to flow through a high plank in this position, reaching for that opposite toe. Good. Keep that movement going. 2, hold it. All right. So our feet are wide. Pull back, touch the opposite ankle. Walk out to high plank, and now we're going to flow back and forth. High plank to downward facing dog. Reach for that opposite ankle, that opposite toe. You might have to walk forward and back a couple steps, and that's okay. Push-up. So we're laying on our bellies, going into that super person movement. Like we're flying on the floor. And 3, 2, 1. Let's get on those stomachs. Everything's lifted. Legs and arms. Bring those hands back. Engage. Tighten everything up. Push back into that high plank. Everything lifts and lowers at the same time. Inhale. Squeeze everything up. Exhale. Press, reverse, back and forth. Really try to get those hips up before you get your shoulders up. So you're lifting as one entire movement. Everything lifts. We're not peeling ourselves off the floor. We're pressing ourselves off the floor. 10 seconds, and we're going to those over-unders with our arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay on our bellies. Our thumbs are going to touch above our head. Outreached, thumbs above the head, then bring them back, thumbs above the butt. Really get that good movement, that good mobility with the arms. I don't have much room here, so mine doesn't look perfect. But we want to have those arms straight, that whole movement. Try to keep them the same height, so you're not lowering those arms in between. They're staying above the floor, above your body. Breathing through this movement. Glutes and legs should be tight. They shouldn't be resting on the floor. Let them be tight. Press those heels to the back of the room. Your body's still turned on here. We have leg climbs next. So we're going to be turning over onto our backs. And we're going to be lifting that opposite leg. Here we go. Turn over onto your back. Opposite leg is lifted. We're crawling up the leg slow. Touch the top of the foot. Then crawl back down. Good. Keep it up. Woo. Other foot is flat on the floor. If you can only get up to like your calf, that's okay. If you can only get up to your hamstring, that's okay. Come up, pull the belly in, nice and tall. Walk it back down. Nice and tall. Exhale on the way up. We're here for 10. We're going into those dead bugs next. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees are bent. Arms are overhead. You're extending left and right. Right and left. We do not want a big gap between the floor and our back. So make sure that your core is engaged. You don't want that rib cage open. Pull it in. Exhale to pull it in. This movement's not very fast, and it might seem pretty easy, but if you're doing it right, you should feel your obliques turning on. Those are the muscles that's like around your side. Your whole core should be turned on here. Exhale as you pull in. Inhale as you pull out. We're here for 15 more seconds. 4. We're going into that reverse bridge position. So up on those hands and toes, or hands and feet here, and we're marching. Opposite arm and leg is up. The last 2 moves of the day. Actually, yes. We're actually going to add one more in. We do have one more. I lied. Almost halfway. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining. I hope you're liking. 30 seconds, guys, halfway. So for this, if you're not really finding that you're able to lift for too long, here's the thing. Whatever foot is on the floor, you're really pushing and tightening up that glute, okay? Whatever hand is on the floor, you're really pressing that hand into the floor. Your core is engaged here. All these exercises today, these movements, core is engaged. All right, guys, holding it here for moving bridge. So lifting the hips up, looking behind, bringing it back down. Inhaling and exhaling. We're gonna add one more bonus move on after this, which will just be a roll up, just to get a good stretch to finish it off. Seconds, halfway there. Inhale, exhale. Good movements today, guys. Slowing it down. Thank you, Costas, for bringing in the mix today. Four, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight. Please reach forward to those toes. Inhale, arms forward. Bring it back to the floor. Arms come over your face. Inhale, exhale. Let's roll it up. Touch those toes. Toes towards your face. Up nice and straight. Reach back. Slow inhale. Exhale, core engage. Exhale to come up. Reach forward, 30 seconds till finish. Inhale, let's bring it back. Exhale, core engaged. Exhale, bring it forward. Reach, stretch. 15 seconds to go. Arms up. Exhale, roll it forward. 8 seconds. Bring it back down for the last 5. All the way down to your back. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, good. Awesome job, people. That was great. I appreciate you all for joining me today. I hope you like this flow. Wednesdays, I try to keep it really low key. We do more movement based. It's a little bit slower. So if you or anyone you know need to get more mobility, flexibility in their lives, Wednesdays are good for that. So please join us. I'll be back tomorrow at 11. It's going to be another big movement day. So enjoy today and be well, stay entertained. I appreciate you all. And thank you, Regan. And yeah, we will see you soon. Thank you very much for tuning in.